Is college right for you, and is it right for me? Today, we find out. Let's talk about it. Good mythical morning. No, I'm not going to be copying Rhett and Link. I produce enough original content. A topic on a lot of people's minds when they approach the end of their childhood years is college. You know, what are you gonna do after high school? I'm gonna be a senior in high school this year, and after that, what do people do? Well, most go to college. Now, because I don't qualify for affirmative action, I don't think college is right. Seriously though, memes aside, college is something that a lot of people do. And if you weren't aware, back then, college was not the way it was today. College back then was considered something elite, something you did extra. It wasn't required for basically life. Nowadays, if you want to do anything in this world, you need some sort of college degree. Not because it makes you smarter, but because it's a piece of paper that is just better, just looks better. And personally, I just don't feel college is really right for me. I know some of you are gonna be like, well, it costs so much money. Avi, aren't you poor? You constantly ask for bits and Twitch Prime on Twitch. Guys, in terms of finances, I am very fortunate to have parents who have saved for me. Finances aren't an issue. It's just a matter of principle. Is college really gonna benefit me? And to be honest with you, no. On my ride home from Wildwood, my dad and I had a very lengthy discussion about this, whether college will benefit me. And what we basically concluded was the answer is no, in the sense that in terms of my knowledge and skills, yeah, it might expand a little bit, but it's not the make or break. College for me is only gonna serve as a $200,000 piece of paper that says I did it.
We did it! We did it! We did it! Yay! Always team up.
Oh shit.
And that's gonna be my foot in the door. Again, joking aside, I'm a very good person when it comes to work. I have a high work ethic. I'm smart. I know what I'm doing. College is just gonna be a ticket. That's really all it is. And it sucks that this is the world that we live in, where college is treated as this mandatory necessity in order to succeed in life. And I blame the Democrats for that, but that's for a different video. We as a society have made college out to be the requirement. There's so many student loan programs. Fun fact, your federal student loan is the only sort of debt you cannot get discharged in bankruptcy. So if you go to college and you take out $200,000 with the federal government, with Mr. Donald J. Trump, and you end up going bankrupt, you still have to pay those student loans. It's ridiculous. I was actually doing the math and how I would be able to succeed if I don't go to college. And there are careers out there that don't necessarily require a college degree. Something that I would personally be interested in would be air traffic control. I think working in air traffic control, that high-tech, super fast environment would be good. But at the same time, there are things that I would want to do that would require going to college, and then other things, like going to law school. I think that I would be a great defense lawyer. I think that I would be able to argue cases, and I would honestly get high off of having guilty defendants being acquitted of their crimes by a jury because I was the one who convinced them that he was really innocent when he wasn't. I just think that would be so cool. Then again, you gotta go to college, you gotta go to law school, you gotta sit for the bar exam, all these unnecessary steps that I personally don't want to do. In my perfect world, believe it or not, I do have a heart, I do care, and I personally look at these politicians and look at our government, and they're always saying how they're helping the inner cities and the younger population and the minorities and the Negroes and the Latinos, and you know, it always never works out. What I see myself doing is going to like a really crappy place like Detroit, Michigan, where crime is up, deaths are out of control, and going in there and taking the risk of my life. I could totally see myself going there and being like, you know what, let's stimulate this economy. I'm gonna start an amusement park. Why? Because why not? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start an amusement park. I'm gonna hire kids to run it in a sense that, like, you know, teenagers, but you're gonna have teenagers who aren't on the streets, who will have a job, have something to look forward to. And then what I'll do with that is I'll stimulate the economy. I'll be creating jobs. The business will hopefully be successful. And then if that works out like it does in my head, I expand it to different markets. Maybe I franchise, something like that. But the whole idea would be is that I grow businesses where government has failed. And what I do is I say, hey, look what I did. And then at that point, I could start running for public office. Because I think that showing what you can do first, rather than saying what you can do, which is what the majority of politicians do, is a lot more honorable and looks a lot better. To break it down, start an amusement park in really bad neighborhoods, hire kids, have it be successful, turn the cities around, and then become president. My perfect world, that would happen. And I do believe I can do it. But it's a good thing to have backup plans. And, you know, while starting a business and becoming president don't require college degrees, it's one hell of a roll of a dice. It's good to have a backup plan. I was doing the math on what my current status is financially. For those of you who don't know, I do have a job. I do work in retail as a computer sales consultant. I right now make $11.50 an hour. Then I also got my grade 8 competitive youth certification soccer license. That is a long thing to say. That means I can ref competitive games. I was basically doing the math. If I were to work, actually let me get my calculator out. So for my retail job, if I work 25 hours a week times 1150 times 4 times 12, that's $13,800 a year just for my job. And then there's bonuses and stuff like that, but we'll have that add on and cancel out the tax. So we'll just assume that plus my bonuses and then subtracting taxes, $13,800 from the retail job is what I'm going to be left with. I was also told that if you work a full-time soccer season as competitive youth, you can make up to $3,000. Now, since I'm only going to be doing that on Sundays, I'm going to divide that by 3 and let's just add 1,000. And I also do recreation and let's just add 300. And, you know, then there are, you know, YouTube and Twitch, and, you know, if I'm generous, I'll say I make $200 a year from both. So if we want to add that on plus 400, now I'm at an even 15,500. So $15,500 is what I'm making. Now, again, it's not livable. I can't survive on that, but it is good starting money. It's $15,500. It ain't bad. Just the problem is that getting that career, getting that job that you're making 6 figures or close to 6 figures where you can have a comfortable living by yourself or with somebody else, raise a family, and that stuff. And I haven't really decided what I want to do later on in life. And I feel college is for people who really have set their minds to something and want to achieve it. You know, some people, they know they want to be doctors. Some people know they want to be lawyers. Some people know they want to work for the government. That's fine. But I personally don't know what I want to do. It's a bit of a ramble, but in conclusion, I just hate the way it works now, where the stigma is that you have to go to college to be successful. I probably will end up going to college, and I will end up going there for 4 years, just again for the piece of paper, just to be like, hey, I went to college. Although I really don't want to. That's about it. Bit of a ramble. Hope it made sense. I don't know. See you guys later. Bye.